Hello and welcome everybody back to another stream. I'm your SimCF5. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Today we're going to be streaming in the beautiful DCS F-18C Hornet. This is the module that's been released for quite a bit now, and it's very, very good. This is the airplane that most people start their DCS journey on. A lot of people usually buy the Hornet first because it's kind of one of the easier planes. It's really easy to fly. The systems kind of make sense for most people, so it's kind of the airplane they start on. This airplane before never actually existed when I started playing DCS, so it's when this plane came out, a lot of people stopped buying the other aircraft and just bought this. So it kind of killed the game in my sense, but it's also obviously a good module. So we're going to use this airplane a little bit differently today. Most people use it for air-to-air, but we're going to use it for both air-to-air and air-to-ground. I guess people do that too, actually. So we're going to be supporting some troops out there and some friendly Apaches and helicopters. So we're going to load this airplane up with 2 AIM-9X missiles. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the game here. There we go. Put the game up. There we go. Ready? On station 5, we'll get a fuel tank. On station 4, I'm deciding if I want to take a pod or not. I think we'll take the Lightning pod. And then on station 6, we'll take a 120C. Over here on station 3, we're going to bring... let's see here. Maybe we'll bring 2 Maverick missiles in case targets are moving. We'll bring the infrared variant, not the laser. And then on stations 2 and 8, we're going to bring 2 harms. It's a pretty weighed down Hornet, and not much for air self-defense, but we'll have 3 missiles for that. 1 medium range and 2 short range. Go ahead and get the correct skin on there. And we'll press go. So we're going to start rearming the airplane up with weapons. Just going to get the other stream. We're streaming both in vertical and in horizontal stream today. I know a lot of you guys don't like watching DCS streams, so feel free to tune in. Feel free not to tune in, but hopefully you guys enjoy. We're using Track AR, and we're going to be using the Moza AB6 as well. So let's get this airplane all started up. We're going to start over here with the battery power. We'll select that on. We'll come over to the left-hand side, select our APU to on. You can hear it starting up.
Rearming complete.
You can see we're all rearmed as well. I'm going to go ahead and lower the game volume for you just a little bit there. Alright, we're going to close our canopy because it's kind of loud. We're going to start number 2 first, so we'll start the right first. And as soon as we get to a RPM of 15 or more, we can add thrust on the right engine. I don't have it mapped, so we'll press right shift home, and that'll do that for me. And basically we're adding fuel to the engine there. Alrighty, that right engine has come up online. Go back in here, we can start some of our systems. So on the very back left, we've got the oil bogs on, the onboard oxygen generating system. Come over here, we'll do our flaps to the up position. We'll hold our FCS reset button. We'll go flap half, and we'll set our takeoff trim because we're on the ground, so that'll be fine for us. Get all our screens coming up online. We'll get our IFF turned on. We'll get our data link turned on. We'll get the HUD turned on. Uncaged standby artificial horizon. Coming down here, we'll select our jammer to standby, dispenser to bypass, RWR can get turned on, radar operational, and we're in a ground alignment for our INS. Stored heading on the INS alignment. Let's get our radar warning receiver to show on our HUD, so we'll click EW and HUD. We'll get our helmet display up as well, and we'll go ahead and align that. Alrighty, that's all been done. We're good to go there. Thank you guys for watching both in the vertical and the horizontal streams. Hopefully you guys are doing okay. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to go map my zoom control button. I don't have my zoom mapped, so we're going to need that. Because I usually play VR, by the way, guys. So I'm kind of out of my element here in the 2D experience. Alignment's almost finished. Go ahead and crank the left-hand engine. Thank you guys for stopping by. Charlotte Flights and Mike, hello, welcome, welcome. Sorry I got to your comments a bit late there. Appreciate y'all being here. Go ahead and add fuel. I think it's right alt home. Yes, it is. Should have those mapped. It's been quite a long time since I've used the, you know what? I just thought about this. We actually don't need... Oh, whatever. We'll keep the pod. I was going to get rid of the pod and put a 120 on it, because we're just looking for moving targets, really. So... But we'll keep the pod just in case. Alrighty. Our alignment's just finished up. You see it says 0.5 OK. We'll come back here, selected the IFA and flight align. That's all been done. We'll come over here. Just going to set up our radar display and missiles here. Make sure they're all good to go for later. Azimuth auto interrogate. We're all good to go there. Set our SA page. I like to have 80 on the SA. And then I usually run 40 on the radar. 40 wise, I'll use high interleave mode. Or high mode, not interleave. And I'll click mode. No, click data. 32. Keep it at about a 60. 2-bar scan's fine. We'll press set on that. APU automatically shuts off. Parking brake is off. And we're ready to go. We'll go out of air-to-air mode there. Alrighty. Let's get out of here. As I said, guys, we are using track IR, so I'll be able to go ahead and turn it on for you guys there. I'll reset it. Accidentally selected my M9 there. Might have to slow track IR down a little bit, but... Oh, okay, my nozzle steering high button's not working. So I'll just have to quickly fix that. That's weird. Oh. Oh. Moza got unplugged. There we go. Now the stick is working. Alrighty. Parking brake off. So we might have some enemy bandits in the air. We're also probably going to have some enemy ground forces as well. And that's kind of our main target, is to take out the ground forces. We're going to go ahead and just spin around and take off here. Alright, if you guys are ready. Go and throw a track IR on. You guys, a cool shot of the burner. There we go. Reset that. Man, I hate using track IR. And
Good.
just barely made it there. Oh, don't have my gear mount. Oh, yes, I do. Nope, I guess I don't. Gear up. I'll get the flaps up. Oh no, I do have it mapped. Okay. Anyways. Disregard. I've gotten new throttles and things, so I'm not used to all my positions. And this sim looks fantastic. Alright, we're going to fly a heading of roughly 100. And that'll bring us to the zone that we need to be in. Alright guys, so we're equipped with two A-18Cs. Those are harm missiles. Those are the most outer missiles there. Man, this thing is a rocket ship now. This thing did not used to climb at this 2 years ago with this amount of weapons on board. Either way, yeah, I've got the two anti-radiation missiles on the side. Those will search for enemy radar sites. Well, I have to decide if they're enemy or not, but they'll search for radar sites. And then we got the two Mavericks on the inner pylons, and targeting pod, and an AIM-120 for self-defense there. And then on the wing, we have the, look at those flickering textures. Let's turn off maybe. Huh, that's weird. Like a flickering AIM-9 shadow bug there. Anyways, let's do the climb properly here. Mr. Captain Jack, hello, welcome. Good afternoon, buddy here. I hope fighter jet working at home today. So sorry to come up. Yeah, thanks for joining, man. Yeah, we have a horizontal stream and we have a vertical stream as well. So feel free to join whatever one you'd want to watch. That's up to you. So in the Hornet, a good number is if you pitch for 350 and then 0.75. So right now 350 matches 0.75. So we're going to ditch 350 and we're going to start climbing at 0.75 is our number. So I'm keeping my power at mill power, which is basically 100% engine power without afterburner. So this is mill power, and then that's afterburner right there. We don't want to use afterburner because a lot of fuel, so we'll come back into mill power. And we're going to pitch for 0.75 is where I'm going to put the nose. And then once you kind of got it roughly where it's going to hold, you can just select autopilot. And then you can press attitude heading. And now it's going to hold the attitude and the heading. Pretty simple stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and lock in here within the master I'm on so I don't forget later. Bring our situational awareness page. Currently nothing shown on the data link so far, so that's good. Radar wise, we're going to go ahead and make sure we're scanning a little bit lower. Oh, why did that just reset my... There we go. That was weird. So we'll go 4 bar. Right now we're scanning at 30 miles, just under 0 feet to 22 grand. If I wanted a bigger window, if I wanted more altitude to scan, we actually just found a contact there. I can go 6 bar. Now we're -3 to 29. Notice that? It's a bigger window. 1 bar is small, 2 bar, 4 bar, 6 bar. Now, why'd you ask? Well, why don't you just keep it in 6 bar for the widest angle? Well, it takes longer to scan 6 bar than it does 4 bar or 2 or whatever less. So just like if I were to put my azimuth to 140, see how long this takes to scan all the way, right? So I'm doing 60 just so it's faster sweeps, and I'm doing 4 to 2 just so it's faster sweeps up and down, if that makes sense. That's how I'm using the radar there. If you have no idea where you are and you're just on a patrol and you're just flying around looking for stuff, then yeah, 140, 146 is fine to do as well. But that's just my little way I like to do it. Let's actually fly the airplane here. We're getting a little slow. 0.73, want 0.75. We're high enough at this point. We'll just level this ourselves off. We'll select B Alt. Didn't like that. We'll try again. B Alt. Alrighty, it's engaged. Go and start rolling up our Maverick page. So we'll click air to ground. Select Maverick there. And we'll click step just so they start to warm up. And what we also can do is get our targeting pod all warmed up as well. Put this targeting pod in standby. Now come over here, and this is our ground radar. We're going to click this button here. It's going to change to GMT. And GMT stands for ground movement track. So anything... let's bring the thrust back just a little bit. 0.82 is good enough. Anything that's moving, theoretically, will be shown on this display. It actually works very, very well. So we'll just we'll leave it running for the time being. This is our Maverick symbology there. So this is where we are here, just on the left-hand side. We're going to be flying down to help our guys. There's a MiG-29 in the area. It looks like a heading of 117. So what I can do is come over here, click and hold the heading button for a second. Then this pops up, heading 117. Oh, 117. Enter. Autopilot, heading select. The airplane's going to turn over there. That's kind of how that works. Appreciate you guys all being here, by the way. Hope you're enjoying it. I know a lot of you guys don't like the DCS streams. We will be doing some flight sim streams. We've got one in the A340-600 planned out tonight. So be there, please. I'll leave this on my SA page there, and I'll leave this on the FLIR page. It's still warming up, so we still got a bit to go on that. Over on the main screen? Nice, Jack, nice. Yeah, DCS as a sim on 2D without VR runs so much better than Microsoft. This is no DLSS, and yes, I'm on a 5090, but before I had the 5090, no DLSS was running 90 frames constant. Now with the 5090, I'm at 120 frames constant. No DLSS, no frame gen. It just runs. Change to a heading, do a right turn of 120 or so. There we go. We're going to press the letter T. You can also map the control. I just forgot where I mapped it. Letter T is ATC auto throttle control. We just had a MiG-29 pop up, and it is locking us. So we're going to select over to air mode. And we're going to go and select SA page. Nothing's up on the SA page. There he is right there. We're going to go ahead and select track wall scan, auto. And he has a star in it, which means he's the primary target that we are that we're holding currently. So right now, he's not a threat. He's at 53 miles. He is nose hot. He's hot, which means our closure rate, our VC, our closure is 980 knots. Anytime that's under like 500, they're usually not hot, but with that number, they are hot. So we're gonna go ahead and I'll turn on my track AR here in a second. Disengage the autopilot. We're gonna go ahead and turn to the left. I'm gonna select full afterburner. Our fuel tank is empty. We're gonna go ahead and ditch that. Select center and jet. There it goes. All right, so we just lost the Bandit. The F-18's radar, I've noticed in these recent updates, has gotten like just absolutely terrible. Now in this server it's kind of nice. You can see they actually put the bandits on the map for you. I don't know why they let that. A lot of servers don't allow you to do that, which I kind of like it when they don't allow that to happen. It's a little bit cheaty when they do, but we'll go ahead and move. Let's go down at 2 bar there. There it is. Select it back in auto mode, so the radar should automatically do its best to maintain the lock in track while scan mode. We'll select 40-mile scale. What time maybe I could fly with you? We're going to be doing it at 6 p.m. Eastern is when we're planning. Notice the radar lost it again. It's very, very, very bad. The radars never used to be that bad. I don't know why they're this bad now. We're going to click reset. I believe this is the bandit here. I've also noticed that I have a button not bound, so let's go bound that real quick. Oh no, I do have bound. We'll have to change that. HOTAS, auto designator depress. There we go. MiG-29 is not on our RWR anymore. Doesn't mean he's not there. We're going to get a little lower because defending a missile up here is not the greatest strategy. We have an 8 that just popped up. An 8 is an SA-8 OSA missile site. It's a radar surface-to-air missile site, and they can engage you roughly about 7 to 10 miles or so, max range, really. Or effective range. We get a little lower. There we go. Nothing crazy. I want to save my fuel still. We're past Mach 1, and if we go to flyby mode, you'll hear nothing but a boom. Pretty cool. I think that MiG-29 was dealt with, because he's not up on the scope anymore. Yeah, probably can't start the early, still too much to do. Oh, no worries. No worries at all. Yeah, we're going to be doing Hong Kong to Manila in the beautiful A340-600 by Tolis and Aerosoft collaboration. Let's see if that pod's online. Go and press on. What I'm also going to do, looks like we have a lot of SAMs off to the right-hand side. SA-8, SA-19, and the 22. The 22 is going to be the priority for us to take out. As you can see, we're going towards blue side, so we're going to go towards more to the right, which is the enemy side, down over there. So the Hornet does have quite a good amount of situational awareness with this data link display. This is the SA page. Oh, SA-15 just popped up. The SA-15s are pretty nasty. SA-15s are TORs. They got about a effective range of anything inside 10. It's very hard to defeat. And about, I'll call it 13 miles from my rough memory. 13 nautical mile shot. Surface to air, they're drivable. And they shoot down moving things. Like if there's a missile that comes towards them, they will actively try to shoot at that missile down, when they're kind of annoying that way. Look at this ground movement track. We have a couple things that are showing up that are moving. So what I can do is I can mouse over it, and I can actually press sensor controller to the right, and now we have locked that, and our targeting pod goes directly to what I've locked. Let's go ahead and make our targeting pod the sensor of interest. Look at that, we've got a moving vehicle. So let's go and go to the Maverick screen. You can see the Maverick screen is updating. A little slower, but it has it. We are at a 13-mile range. We're going to get a little closer. Maverick, these type of missiles want to be at least 7, are pretty good. Problem is, I can't tell if it's friendly or enemy from up this far. We're already zoomed the way in, but we can go narrow field of view. That looks like an enemy BMP and Z57 site to me. So we're going to go ahead and take that out. We're at about 10-mile shot now. Let's go ahead and make the Maverick soy. All right, here comes the launch. You ready? Gonna nose down a little bit and rifle. Well, I hope that's not a friendly. I don't think it is, because it's on the enemy side. Oh, maybe it is. No, it is not, because they're moving. Where'd they go? Well, let's stay high, guys. This airplane does not have a missile warning system. In terms of it won't tell you of an IR missile launch. It'll tell you if a radar guided missile launch has been sent to you, but not an IR missile launch. Every time I see a DCS Hornet driver, I literally need to go 1 second. There we go, look at that. Bang, beauty. Got both. That's why the ground movement track is such a good tool, guys. Welcome, thanks for joining, by the way. Almighty. Every time I see a DCS driver, I need to give a like and sub. Best 4th gen jet in the world. It's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. We were said at the beginning of the stream that it kind of destroyed DCS, in my opinion, meaning before the Hornet came out, a lot of people flew different types of airplanes, and every plane had their mission and all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, the Hornet came out, and it is very good at its job, but it made the sim a little sterile. You know what I mean? But what we're doing right now, guys, we're going to find another target with our ground movement track. I'm going to select my nose or steering button. That's going to undesignate my current last target we just had. We're going to just fly this way for a bit. We're going to turn around and find something out, or find something else. So if you guys are just joining us, we're in the DCS F-18. This here is our radar. It's a ground radar. We're in GMT mode, which is ground movement track. Anything that moves, I can actually get a lock on. My pod gets sent to it as well, and my Maverick missile gets sent to it as well, and I'll get some ranging information. So we're just gonna fly this way for a little bit, and we're gonna come back around and try to take another shot at something else. It made me come to DCS, and I never looked back while flying VRS Rhino before. Ooh, yeah, the Rhino. I had that one in FSX. The Rhino was something. It was a super bug, right? The VRS super bug? That's the one I started with anyways, is what they called it. Yeah, I was playing DCS for about 13 years so far from today's date. A lot of moving targets. Look at all that stuff moving. So we have our pick of the litter here. All we have to worry about is this one little group of infantry there. Everything else should be hostile, and we have a targeting pod to make sure that is. Let's go ahead and get the Apaches. Will probably get those ones. Let's go ahead and get this guy up here a little bit farther. Go ahead and lock that guy up. What does the pod see? It's just a truck. Let's leave that alone. We're going to undesignate that. What about some of this closer stuff down here? That's an Apache, so that's kind of cool. We picked up a friendly Apache. Let's not kill them. Don't want to do that. What's that? A friendly K-50. You don't want to kill that. What's this over here to the left side? Honestly, that's a gun runnable. I don't really want to go that low because you are in SAM territory by there, and I just don't want to deal with that. So maybe we'll just kind of hang tight for a little bit. What just popped up out there? Let's keep our speed up a little bit as well. Yeah, the TAC pack. Oh my gosh, you just hit a nostalgia thing for me right there. That's crazy. I haven't thought about the TAC pack and the V. If you guys know what we're talking about, go look up VRS, Victor Romeo Sierra. Super bug. It was the only F-18 sim we ever had back in the olden days. Whoa, that's a lot of moving stuff over there. What's going on over there? Truck. A lot of logistic trucks. You do need to kill those because it does supply ammo and stuff to the front. BMP. Yeah, there's just not much going on. Let's keep going this way. We're going to go into the SAM den a little bit. The SA-8 just popped up on our display there, and we'll go ahead and use some of our harms. Huge logistics run right there. Going to go ahead and unlock that. Let's go to harm mode. Go to TOO. Let's just gonna see what's out there with the harm Cs. There's a big bird. That's a SA-10. Those are not that great to deal with. Now we can go on a mission to kill that thing, but it would probably be, depending on what they have defending it, probably be a suicide mission. Maybe I'm not allowed to say that word. Mr. Flight Sim Gaming, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by, my good friend. Hope you're doing well. We're in the DCS F-18 Hornet with the correct skin. Just got launched on by an SA-10. And I don't even see the launch, so hopefully it's quite far. We'll throw the jammer on just to help defend that. We'll select our burner in here. Get some chaff going out the side of the airplane. Chaff is strips of aluminum that we can deploy. That helps confuse the radar. Oh, I think this is actually from a MiG-29. This isn't even from a SA-10. Oh, I'm probably screwed. Let's go ahead and turn our jammer off and go to air-to-air mode. And we're gonna run as far as we can. Dropping flare on the deck here. It is a radar-guided missile, but the MiG-29 is capable of launching heat-seeking missiles at very far distances. We're just going to stay cold for quite a while here. And a little bit of lag down here. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Back to the SA page. I'm going to go ahead and assume that missile's been defeated, but there you go. We're just going to stay cold for a while here. Select our AIM 120 up. We're going to run for a while. Going to get even lower. I don't know why my mirrors got selected. Let's turn those off. We're going to get even lower because there is SAM sites in this area. I'm going to turn all the reshades off. I don't think I actually need them. There we go. Our fuel is 6.9. That's still fine. We're just burning on the deck. We're just under Mach 1. Trying to put as much distance from us as possible with that MiG-29. Alright, we're going to cut the power to idle. Let's go ahead and turn on in because those Apaches are going to need us. We'll go to a 20-mile scan. Okay, nope, we're not going to do that. He immediately launched on me. I'm probably dead now. Let's bring the missile up. Wow, I actually got it. Fox 1 close range. Fox 3 actually. That's a splash in the MiG-29. So that would have been an AIM-9 shot, and I tried going to it, try hitting the cage, but the 9 just could not get a good solution. So I just went on a 1.6 mile 120 shot. The 120s are very good. It's kind of a waste of a 120, but the 9 was not getting a solution, so that's okay. We can go back to our seed mission now. Yeah, that guy snuck up out of nowhere. That guy came out of nowhere. So that's all I've got today. Hope you're well. No worries, Ian. Thank you so much for jumping in. Hope you're doing well, my friend. What's our fuel status here? Let's go ahead and see if we can drop the rest of these missiles in the air-to-ground ordnance. And then we'll be on our way home for a nice completed sortie, as they say. Let's go ahead and go down here. Let's see what they got going on. What is that? BMP. Not really interested in that too much. What we can do, it's a bit of a cheating trick. Let's go ahead and unlock that target. Let's bring the SA page up on here. This is where our targeting pod is, right there, that little square. What I can do is I can make the targeting pod a sensor of interest, which means I'm the one controlling the targeting pod now. You see I can move it, and I can lock it, and I can move it. So, let's go ahead and just move it. Let's go ahead and unzoom it. We're going to put it right over the SA8 symbol, just like that. Little trick you can do. Takes a little bit to slew on over. Alright, so that's kind of good in that kind of zone. We're going to go ahead and zoom on in. There's something right there. Oh, this is a whole line of them over here. Well, let's find the biggest threat, and then we'll use the, that's the biggest threat right there. There's the OSA. Can I get it to connect, though? I won't get it. It won't grab them. Put it in front, the diamond. Nope, can't catch it, but it's 7 miles away. So what I can do, go over there. OSAs are pretty nasty little birds, or little SAMs. See the OSAs locking me now? Air to ground, harm, self-protect. Magnum on the SA8. That little square on that SA8 means that's the primary target that the harm is looking at. So as soon as I get locked, or as soon as I want, I can press the missile release, and the harm is going to go right after that radar signature. And it missed, but it hit a little bit. I don't really want to waste another harm on it, to be honest. Kind of want to use my map. What? Oh, probably a low-level SAM. Yep, there's a low-level SAMs. That's why you never want to get low in this airplane. You'll never get warnings of a SAM site if it's not radar guided. If it's radar guided, you'll get a missile warning. But IR guided, you get nothing. The engines are still running, actually, so we can actually fly this plane home. Let's go ahead and jettison all our weapons off. Everything falls off the airplane. I had that was like a Darth Vader what moment. Do you want to do what you gotta do? Got good stuff, thanks, man. Well, we just lost both engines now. And if you lose both engines in the F-18, you lose hydraulics and fly-by-wire and all fancy stuff. So, real world-wise, I'm just going to try to get myself more over to the friendly blue section. And all you really can do is eject, unfortunately. We're going to lose our hydraulic pressure any second here. So I'm just going to point the nose a little bit down, kind of get it trimmed out before I lose everything. I'm just doing very small movements on the hydraulic just to use a little bit of pressure. We took pretty significant damage. The flaps go to full. That's not me, that's just a default thing. If they lose hydraulics, it goes out. You can see where we've been shot. Took a big beating, this thing. That's the benefit of the A-10 or the Apache or the Mirage 2000 is they get warnings for IR missile shots. No current U.S. fighter does, to my knowledge, other than maybe the Gen 5 stuff, but of the Gen 4 and older. Oh yeah, you do what you gotta do. That's it. We're actually gliding quite a bit. But if you guys are liking this type of stream, please do leave a like and let me know. I know you guys like the airliner streams. That's kind of what I'm more known for. And we will be doing more airliner streams. We'll be doing one later tonight. surprised we still have pressure. Now, the APU in this airplane is not powerful enough to turn your AC power on. That's why I'm not even going to bother turning it on. But oh, we're losing it. Yeah, it's getting nice and sluggish now. Keep that nose pointed on down. There she goes. We're going to eject there. But hopefully this helps you guys maybe want to get into DCS, or, you know, just try it. You can get DCS for free. DCS World is free. Every plane, like all the good planes, are payware, but they're not that expensive in my opinion. They're probably the best simulations you'll ever get of any airplane. Better than Microsoft, better than X-Plane. The flight models are way better too. And you can also free trial the airplanes as well for 2 weeks. You don't have to buy them. You can just free trial it to see if you like DCS. I recommend head tracking and a HOTAS system to get the best out of it. But anyways, we're going to end it there. Where are we flying tonight? We're going to be flying Hong Kong to Manila in the Tollus A340-600. That's what we're going to be doing. And we'll be doing that in about an hour and a half. All right, yeah, an hour and a half. Well, with that, guys, we're going to end it there. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in about an hour and a half. Bye-bye for now.